there, guys. So, quick little announcement before the video starts. This is a re-uploaded video that I did, and first video of this did not work multiple times, so I completely redid the whole video, even though I said in the last video that I would not redo this because it took me pretty much all night to record for the video. So, yeah, I completely changed that, fixed up a system, and now it's working fine. So really hope you guys enjoy this video. So let's get the video started. Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy Alex, and welcome back to the Brave Lionheart channel. More specifically, we are back with some more reaction videos. I do believe I have another reaction video planned this week, and I do have other stuff planned this week, so a lot of stuff is coming up for that week. But yes, we are back with another reaction video, and this is something that has been asked by you guys a lot lately. So a lot of you have been asking the question if I would go back to doing some more Nostalgia Critic reaction videos. And I've been kind of debating that for a while, considering with the whole change the channel stuff that's been going on, and all the other stuff that's been going on with his channel, and of course, him not really doing a lot of nostalgic stuff, just basically, talking about recent movies that came out in theaters, or specifically straight to DVD movies and stuff like that. And again, that's understandable, that you want to keep your stuff up to date and modern and stuff like that, but I don't know, there's just something about his old videos that I missed. Just the nostalgic movies that he talks about, like certain movies that I have not seen, or movies that I have heard of, just not watched all the way through. But again, that makes sense. But anyway, if you couldn't tell from the title of the video, yes, I am going back to doing some more Nostalgia Critic reaction videos. And today, we got a very special one that was a special request by my good friend Infinity Studios. So, for today's reaction video, we are taking a look at his review, or sorry, not Infinity Studios review, but Nostalgia Critic's review of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And yeah, I gotta say, that is one of my all-time favorite Disney movies that Disney has ever created. And the reason he asked me to do a reaction to this was because he wanted me to dedicate it to the late, great Tony Jaa? Oh, no, wait. Tony Jaa is the name of the actor from the Ong Bak movies. And if you guys have never watched those, I highly recommend you stop this video right now and go check them out. They're really fun little indie kung fu films, or martial arts films, basically. But yeah, they're really fun films to watch. I know I've only seen a little bit of the first one and maybe a bit of the second one, and I've seen a lot of the third one, a lot. But we're not talking about that. So yeah, Infinity Studios wanted me to dedicate this video to the late, great Tony Jaa, however it's pronounced, who passed away in 2006. Speaking of which, he is actually the voice actor for one of the villains, or the main villain in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Frollo, or Judge Claude Frollo. Just something like that, because we're going to be hearing that a lot. So yeah, we're going to be dedicating this video to him, and hopefully he is up in heaven still, resting in peace, knowing he got to voice a Disney villain in a kid's film. Yeah, really great life you had there, Tony J. Really great life. But without further ado, let's dive right in. Alright, we got the video set up. No special intro for this part of the video, because I already did that special intro at the beginning. So, yeah, we're just going to get this started. So, without further ado, let's dive right into Nostalgia Critic's review of Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And yeah, I know the title of the video says The Hunchback of Notre Dame, but I'm calling it Disney's Hunchback because, they earned the credit to name it that video. So, anyway, with that being said, start the video in 3, 2, 1, and let's get going. And actually see if Doug happens to like this particular movie. Because we know from his old channels, any other movie that he's done, and I think he's done a few Disney films too, he's had his fair share of, not liking them, mostly. So, yeah. Let's get this started. Oh, yeah. Seeing this old intro again. Again, that actually might be one of my all-time favorite Malcolm characters that he has played. Just Bill. And Hyper Fangirl, of course, just being another one of those really good Tamara characters. I hope I said the word right. Oh, we got a booing audience.
Remember, I like the damn movie.
Wow, okay. That was certainly quick. Did I expect him to say that?
Just because I like a film, though, doesn't mean there's not a ton to talk about. I'd argue even more to talk about, in fact. The Hunchback of Notre Dame was, I'm just gonna say it, a daring film for Disney to make.
Yeah, considering the original source material this movie was based on.
Power in the church. Even hearing the title, Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, took a lot of people time to get used to. It's like hearing Disney's The Haunting of...
Now I would love to see Disney tackle that as an animated film. Because there's stuff in that show that get a little too risque.
It wasn't quite the massive hit Disney was used to. I think there's a few reasons for this. One, it came off the heels of a profitable yet still underwhelming predecessor. Had it been released after Lion King, it probably would have done better. The other
I'm guessing it really didn't matter what time frame it would come out in, because it would have done it really would have done well either way.
This angle would have been too controversial and turn people away, and in the present, the fact that it's hand-drawn would turn people away. But maybe that's why I like it so much. It's not a film that easily finds a home. Yet I, and many like me, have created one for it. Over the years of following has
Sorry, I had to fix my glasses there real quick.
Audiences just couldn't get into. The darker tone, the gothic music, the unconventional themes Disney rarely touched upon. But with that said, it is still Disney. There's a lot of pandering that simply doesn't fit. But maybe there's an awkward charm to that too. So sit back and enjoy the, not perfect, but still one of my favorite Disney films of all time. This is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The film opens with breathtaking music and imagery as we're
with a godly choir, mind you.
Specifically, Clopin, the film's always present narrator for the first and last couple minutes. Hey, at least this one stayed till the end.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, though. They do not ring all by themselves.
They don't.
No, you silly boy.
Oh, when a masked man talking to kids with puppets on the street was. No, it was creepy back then, too. He tells the story of gypsies trying to sneak under Notre Dame, but were caught by Claude Frollo.
Judge Claude Frollo.
Who's a judge this time around, not an archdeacon.
Judge Claude Frollo.
There you go. And he also brought his demon horse with him.
Sound of millions of confused girls swearing they don't have daddy issues.
What?
For whatever reason, Frollo has become a surprise.
Ah! Why, Rule 34? Why?
The Hunchback, and this is essentially a dominating romance novel. Tell me you couldn't see him in that religious trailer before Tropic Thunder.
I've been a bad boy.
Yes, I will count how many women...
I'll never forget that trailer for Tropic Thunder.
Bring these gypsy vermin to the Palace of Justice. I call it that because it will be just us.
Oh gosh.
These runs, who you may be shocked to find out...
Oh jeez.
Mary Kay Bergman, the actress...
Yeah, there's another voice actor that sadly left us. I'll talk about that in another video.
...is taken from her, you might have a better idea why Frollo's so horrified.
A baby?
Okay, fine, whatever.
Really? Yeah, because Mary Kay Bergman voiced Carmen's mom.
Which those Saturday morning ads included that footage.
It's everything you expect in a Disney.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Of Notre Dame.
The Archdeacon stops him, though.
This is an unholy demon. I'm sending it back to hell, where it belongs.
Jesus, I love this asshole. Can you give some evil lessons to current Disney villains? They kind of suck now.
Not a lot of the new Disney villains suck.
Notre Dame will damn Frollo if he commits such a heinous...
Gosh, that always terrified me as a kid. Just seeing those eyes, like, staring at him.
Place it as your own. What? Let him live with you in your church. Live here.
I kind of love how they both guilt-trip the other into taking care of this kid. You must raise him as your own. What? Oh, very well. But he must live here. What? I don't want him. Don't you have a home? Yes, but it's allergic to ugly.
Oh,
Oh, well, it
jeez.
must really sneeze a lot when you come home. He's staying here. Years go by, and the baby grows into a kind young man named Quasimodo, voiced by Tom
Sorry, I
Hanks.
had him itch there for a second.
You ready to fly?
Hey, remember when Burger King tried to turn that into a big line?
Will today be the day? You ready to fly?
and it looks like everybody's getting into the act.
Henry, what's in their popcorn?
Plenty of drugs, probably.
And we're introduced to the characters people either hate or really...
I honestly never hated the gargoyle characters in the movie.
Everyone can agree was botched. Well, their names are funny, Victor, Hugo, and Laverne, which was Victor Hugo's sister. A shame he didn't have a feminine middle name so that joke could work better. What the fuck? And the voice actors are great with Jason Alexander, Jane Weathers, and Charles Kimbrough. They feel incredibly shoehorned in, and the writing for them never gets a laugh.
All right. Pour the wine and cut the cheese.
Especially
Yeah, Disney knew how to do their fart jokes, clearly.
This really needed a comedy facelift.
Give her some slack, then reel her in. Then give her some slack, then reel her in. Then give her some slack.
Knock it off, Hugo. She's a girl, not a mackerel.
If only Alexander's lines were replaced with Duckman lines, then we'd have gold.
Sue me, I'm colorful. Doesn't mean I belong in here making potholders with the wackos. Every day is an agonizing ordeal. Like
Okay, I'll admit, those lines from Duckman honestly work in this.
Solo's teaching of the alphabet gets a bigger laugh.
A. Abomination. B. Blasphemy.
Ooh, Disney's alphabet is a bit more risque than our alphabet.
Damnation.
Well, now we know where Mel Gibson learned his ABCs. Quasi wants to join the Festival of Fools, but Frollo claims he can't because he ugly.
Yeah, and they just happen to sing a song about him being ugly. Good job, Disney.
It's the feel-good song, right?
Actually, that's the song that's after this song, so you gotta be a little bit more patient. Come on.
How wonderful it would be to become accepted, and though Tom Hulce's voice is shakier than Sarah Brightman being...
Okay, alright, no.
He still sings it with so much heart and...
Hold on one second.
I think it would have worked as well if he was dubbed.
Okay, sorry about that. I actually had to go answer a message real quick, but... Okay, maybe his voice is a bit shaky, but he's a good singer! Like, he's literally pouring his heart, soul, and emotions into this first song that we get. Well, if you want to be technical, second song in the movie, but first ever song for Quasimodo. And honestly, this is a really good song that Disney made. It's a really great song, actually. In fact, one of the best, like, hero songs that you'll hear in Disney's, like, lineup of, like, hero songs. So yeah, maybe his voice is a little shaky, but he still does a good job at singing the song. Anyway, you know, we'll just, continue on from where we paused it at. Also, sorry again, I had to go fix or answer a message.
What value do we place in looks? Who killed Aladdin's carpet? Why does Notre Dame not have satellite TV? And is this the weirdest prequel?
I legit forgot about that. That was a thing that Disney did back in the day, and I think for some of their films they still do it. Not really sure, but for a lot of their films they still kind of do it. They just used to put characters in the background. It's typically characters you would not expect to exist in this world yet. Or just not exist at all yet. You know, because Pumbaa and Carpet, it makes sense. You know, Pumbaa from Lion King, because he's a warthog, and Carpet, because he's a magical carpet. But Belle makes sense here, because both her and Quasi live in Paris. And now I'm just imagining that she's listening to Quasi's song, just thinking, huh, you don't know, I kind of want an opening song for my movie when it starts. And now just looking at it, seeing Carpet dead, it's just really sad, because now he's just going to be a dead rug for someone to step on. Poor Carpet, man. He's just had it rough now. Being in Paris and now just dead. It's just so sad, honestly.
Come on, I said there were tough questions, not good questions. Captain Phoebus enters town, played by Kevin Kline, who sees a gypsy named Esmeralda, played by Demi Moore, accosted by a guard, played by Patrick the Starfish.
Maybe a day in the stocks will cool you down.
Yes, it
Can't
was.
blame him. It actually wasn't the first time he ventured out into other films.
Achilles, named only so they could do this joke.
Achilles, heel.
Oh, that joke.
To the Palace of Justice, reporting for duty under Judge Frollo.
I'm sure you'll whip my men into shape.
Ugh.
He explains how the gypsies are warping the minds of Paris and taking our germs.
They took our germs!
Of insects.
What are we going to do about it, sir?
A little bit of that.
Nuts, he never put that piece back right. Oh well, I'm sure it's the worst damage that'll befall the place. The Festival of Fools begins.
Yeah,
as
no, I'll let him
Quasimodo
have that
sneaks
one.
his way in. As fun as this number is, the real entertainment is in the crowd. Whether it's men pounding on women's heads, standing absolutely still, or having a mid-90s computer-generated scene.
How have I never noticed that?
The funniest things here.
Oh, that guy has it worse with the CGI. But how have I never noticed that in the movie?
More as this erotic dancer than when she was actually
Wow.
a dancer.
Oh, I guess that was a cue for an ad, maybe? Oh, yeah, it was a cue for it. Let me just get rid of that real quick.
You said that because it rhymes with Ning.
It's the bell ringer from Notre Dame.
Quasi is crowned the king of fools as he technically makes the ugliest face there, and the crowd loves him. Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
yeah, now seeing it.
I shall cheer with extreme.
Oh, no! She has it worse, too!
But the crowd turns on him rather sporadically.
Well, technically the guards started this whole thing.
A fool celebration with where he's being whipped, both from the book, and it's two very opposite scenes shoved together.
It's that kind of whole thing like Penguin's quote from Batman Returns.
It's like if in Return of the King everybody bows and then they're suddenly like, hey, they're short! Esmeralda is the only one to show kindness to Quasi, though it is funny that she still calls him a creature.
Just as soon as I free this poor creature.
I am not a creature! I am a thingamabob!
How is that better than a creature?
Teach Quasi a lesson for leaving.
You speak of justice, yet you are cruel to those most in need of your help.
Silence!
Justice!
Again, you mean just us?
Frollo orders her to be arrested, and did I say comedy was not this movie's strong point?
I mean, yeah, the comedy is not bad.
Yeah, I know. The crotch shots, the pinball thing. Don't forget the bowling sound effect.
I'm free, I'm free!
Depressing shit.
Dang it! I love that character so much.
This is the good stuff. Yeah,
But yeah, gotta go back to the sad stuff.
Blue and gray as I watch someone suffer. Oh, the sadness, the overbearing sadness. Kids, I know you don't understand, but when you grow up to be a mean-spirited fuck like me, this is where the real entertainment is. And those of you who grew up happy and full of life, we'll get you.
Yeah, no thank you,
Enters
Doug.
Notre Dame and comes across Phoebus.
You sneaky son of a...
Watch it. You're in a church.
And a Disney film, we can let all this slide, but saying the B word is a Mickey no-no.
You've already said, like, this whole movie has already said, like, 2 swears already at the beginning, so we're way past that ruling.
I was going to say the same thing about you.
And one so bad, it might be my favorite joke in the entire movie. Oh.
Didn't know you had a kid.
Oh my god, I can't even look at you, joke. I can't even look at you. Frollo sees them and realizes she claimed sanctuary, but that doesn't stop him from seeking vengeance.
Gypsies don't do well.
Oh,
outside
crap.
Stone walls.
Ugh! I've always hated that scene.
Cloud the mind with unholy thoughts.
Okay, how is that face not become a meme yet? That's an expression that says, dude, I'm supposed to be 2 years older than Snow White? And she's 14? The fuck, Disney?
Yeah, Disney has had its own weird times.
Frollo posts guards around every door while Esmeralda talks with the Archdeacon.
Letting the crowd torture that poor boy? I thought if just one person could stand up to him, then... What do they have against people who are different anyway?
I mean, when I met him, I said he had a great mask and then jumped back in fear when I saw it was his face. I'd expect people to treat me the same way.
Yeah, no.
A powerful song about God helping the outcast, once again utilized.
And honestly, this is another, like, really good song for this film.
It's got a friend with it.
Yeah, maybe today wasn't a total loss after all.
A vision of loveliness.
The one in the dress ain't bad either.
Okay, so the filmmakers said they wanted to leave it open whether the gargoyles were actually alive or in Quasi's imagination. I guess I could buy that the guards aren't really being stopped by them in the climax and that...
Yeah, that would make sense.
But here's my question. What's with the goat love? Every second
That I never understood.
And if that's
I really never understood that.
I fucking got someone I think you should talk to.
Did you make all these things yourself?
Quasi and Esmeralda hit it off, and he explains his connection with Frollo.
How can such a cruel man have raised someone like you?
Cruel? Oh no. He saved my life.
He said my mother was gonna kill me with kindness, whatever that means. Quasi helps her escape, and he's filled with joy, singing The one before Hellfire.
It's a good song, even though it's short.
Yep, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the movie. Arguably the best Disney villain song.
I can't disagree with you there.
Disney wouldn't even do another villain song until 13 years later. How crazy is that? 13 years without another animated villain song. Though I did hear they were going to do more songs from modern Disney villains. And funny enough, they all have the same title. Surprise! I was the villain and the worst part of the movie.
That does make sense.
This song has everything. It's big, it's haunting, it's gothic, it's intense, it's visually stunning.
It's this point where the animation gets really, really good.
They got around it by outlining Esmeralda's clothes more, as she was practically naked in the original. Let's see that with a gawking Frollo make one of the little candies in the Hunchback movie cups.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be seeing that. Let's not think about that, dog.
I can't even count how many covers of this song there are on YouTube. It's almost
Yeah, one of them was from one of my favorite singers on YouTube, Caleb Hiles. In fact, he had 2 versions of that cover. One was a regular version, and one was like a metal cover of the song.
It stands as one of the best musical moments in Disney history. All I gotta say is, my count for how many women left the room exploded when I merely...
Oh my gosh, just stop, Doug, stop!
Why haven't you burned down a city and risked going to hell for me?
Okay. Okay, I can't disagree with him there. It is one of the best Disney villain songs you will ever hear in the movie. Even though the character is very despicable and just very downright cringy. I mean, you saw how he sniffed Esmeralda's hair, and I still cannot handle that scene. It's just so awful and wrong. And it's also harassment, by the way. Just letting you know there, Frollo. Just saying that. But, again, Tony J literally has such a great voice for that character. So yeah, I'm giving him props for playing such a despicable character in a Disney film and getting one of the best Disney villain songs for that. So yeah, bravo, Tony J, bravo. You literally get a standing ovation for that. Having one of the best songs in a Disney film and getting to play one of the most despicable characters in all of Disney history. So yeah, you rest easy up there, big guy. You rest up easy. I just really cannot get that scene out of my head. It's just so gross and wrong. But moving on from this, we're about 10 minutes, we got about 10 minutes left in this video, so we're going to continue on and see how that goes, and I don't know, maybe Doug will probably change his mind after a while, not sure.
Another pretty hilarious line.
Are you feeling all right?
I had a little trouble with the fireplace.
I burned my soul, among other things.
I feel like that should have been the line to continue on from that line.
Burning down the home with a family inside who gave refuge to gypsies. Phoebus saves them, and Esmeralda saves Phoebus despite being injured while escaping. You know, that windmill with their family inside is the first place we've seen them burn down, and Phoebus isn't the captain of the guards anymore. Are we to assume there were people?
I mean, unless they're working on Power Ranger logic, and that's just the abandoned building district.
No, that D's not going in front of that G. That's there to stay. Disney Plus will just put up another disclaimer.
Yeah, Disney has been doing that with certain films.
Look, there's the gargoyles.
But now don't you say anything to upset Quasimodo.
What drives me nuts about this scene where they don't want to let Quasi know things have gotten worse is it almost could have worked if they handled the timing better. Like, okay, here's how the scene should play.
Not a word. Easy does it. Stone-faced. Any sign of her?
Oh, it's a lost
Not bad. Might get a chuckle. Now here's how it actually plays out.
Any sign of her?
Can't hold it in.
Oh, it's a lost cause.
It just took too long. It also doesn't
It didn't take that long. It's basically the same scene.
constantly mock each other for how they log.
I thought I was the cute one.
No,
You're the fat, stupid one with the big mouth.
You're also porking up too, Quasi. Eat a salad and stop being so ugly. I'm terrible at this. Did someone say, thank God they don't have a song?
Yeah, the Gargoyles do get a song in this. It's not a bad song, honestly. It just doesn't really fit with the mood that's going on in this scene.
Aside from this cute in joke, this song could be cut
Oh, Amadeus.
This was one
And I
of
bet
the
a lot of you out there are not
first
gonna know
films to
what
watch.
I'm talking about with that
Man, how do you
name.
think she must have found this experience saying terrible jokes but getting a great paycheck for it?
It was hell on earth. I loved it.
Thankfully, it's a short song, though, and Esmeralda arrives with Phoebus, allowing Quasi to find out she's in love with him.
Shall we wait for Quasi to leave?
No, sewing stitches sex is the best kind of sex.
Am I sure he's okay though?
I think that'll answer your question.
Yeah, he's fine.
But Phoebus arrives, and
Yeah,
Quasi has
yeah,
to
he's
find out
fine.
about Phoebus.
Something troubling you, Quasimodo?
I'll admit one thing, though. This actually was a really, really tense scene when I first saw this movie. Jeez!
He knows Quasi helped Esmeralda escape, and freaks out on it.
Now all Paris is burning because of you.
In hindsight, I could have asked before I killed hundreds of people, but I don't think when I'm horny, angry.
Really?
He knows where her hideout is, so Phoebus goes to save her while Quasi stays behind.
What am I supposed to do? Go out there and rescue the girl from the jaws of death, and the whole town will cheer like I'm.
This is a Disney movie, and you are the main character, so, yeah.
Quasi decides to go with Phoebus, and they stumble upon the Court of Miracles, where they're almost hanged.
It's a double header! A couple of Frodo spies!
We're just fighting against the stereotype that we're murderous thieves. Now hold still while we kill you in our den of stolen goods. Esmeralda saves them, though, just in time to be captured again by Frollo.
Dear Quasimodo, I always knew you would someday be of use to me.
I always assume I'd stuff you and put you outside to scare off solicitors, but this is far better.
They get ready
Oh,
to burn Esmeralda.
sorry, that was a message from one of the groups that I'm in.
Choose me or the fire.
Wise choice.
She's crazy. He's gorgeous.
Oh, stop!
Up, and the gargoyle
Just
tries to
stop.
force him to break free.
You can't let Frollo win. He already has.
These chains aren't what's holding you back, Quasimodo.
Leave me alone.
I mean, we could always sing again.
Yep, that'll get it moving.
Finds the will to break free, and with some of the best animation and music in the movie, he sweeps in and carries Esmeralda back to the cathedral. Well, if I know the book, we have a few days before people barge in, or we're doing the supercut. That's cool.
Alright, sorry about that. There was an ad that played halfway into it, so, yeah, we'll just definitely continue on with this, because we're actually almost done with this video, and, yeah, this is also where the music and the animation get a lot better for the final act of the movie. So, let's continue on there.
Trying to burst in, and we have a comedic climax, because that's just what Disney did for a while.
Mhm.
And Quasimodo
Oh.
fights them off.
Well, that just happened.
This might be the only time I didn't put that sound effect in.
Yeah, Disney did your job for you.
Get a funny scene from the gargoyles.
Yeah, because Wizard of Oz was popular.
I gotta laugh. That's a good joke. Quasi pours molten lava onto the crowd, forcing the soldiers to...
Quasi, you do realize that there are citizens down there, right?
This looked worse. Quasi tries to wake up Esmeralda, but it looks like she didn't survive the burning.
Oh, I saw this character in an old Nostalgia Critic video I did a reaction to, but I don't know what the name of the show that she is from.
Because it leads to some really great scenes. Quasi crying over losing his only friend, Frollo sneaking in, having an almost...
Well, I mean, before that, they... yeah, they close the door behind him, and then he sneaks in.
Aw, maybe we should sing for him. A guy like you.
Just stop, guys.
Literally stab him in the back, but Quasi stops him and sees Esmeralda is awake. By the way, let's set the record straight. Everyone thinks this is Pumbaa, and it's actually...
Yeah, that's not Pumbaa.
And I know this is because Pumbaa is actually dead and being carried off in an earlier...
How have I not ever noticed that either?
I'm sure they hung Woody in there somewhere.
I always thought he was just walking down the street of Paris, but no, he's dead! What the frick, Disney?
It's dramatically convenient, and Frollo lights up like a jack-o'-lantern. No, seriously, his eyes and mouth light up. I have no idea why, and I don't
And
care.
a bit
It's
more
fucking
creepy.
Awesome.
Plunge them into the fiery pit.
Joke's on you, Scientology.
And yeah, that was actually never explained in the movie.
Look out, Xenu, here we come!
Xenu.
Quasi is saved by Phoebus, and as payment, he demotes himself to the friend zone.
Boo!
To the world, and is immediately accepted by the people. Until they get drunk and throw shit at him again, but I think there's a grace period.
That could be their Friday night fun.
Should we really have mocked how he looks? I mean, we're giving off a bit of a sea monkey.
Oh gosh! Why?
The crowd cheers, everybody lives happily ever after, and that's certainly not how the book ends, but who gives a shit? This movie's fucking awesome. There are clearly problems with it when compared to the original, and even if you don't compare it, the tone can be jarring with some of the more awkward moments. But I'm sorry.
I honestly figured he was gonna stick to his gun and say that this movie was still good despite some flaws.
It has memorable characters, a phenomenal villain. It's a visual marvel, even all these years later. The music is beautiful, and even though it never became a mainstream smash, it has a fan base that loves the hell out of it. I will say, if you want a version that's even darker and more adult, you should probably check out Disney's stage musical. It's a perfect combo.
Yeah! I actually have that soundtrack on Spotify. And this musical actually has a lot more original songs and not just like the great songs from the Disney film.
Riskiest films. And it's nice to know that not only did it pay off, but its fan base is growing day by day. Check it out if you haven't, and even if you have, watch it again. There's always something to appreciate with every view. And it'll be interesting to see what they do with a live-action remake.
Oh, yeah.
Christ, it's gotta be better than... This isn't a segue for it. Oh, no!
Of course.
I had a little trouble with the fireplace.
Ugh. Well, there you have it, guys. That was my reaction to Nostalgia Critic's review of Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Again, I know what the title says, and yeah, that definitely had some funny moments in it, and it definitely made me realize that I missed a lot of really weird stuff that happens in it. For a second there, I legit thought that Pumbaa was just walking down the street of Paris, but no, he's being carried by two guys off to be burned. Like, what the crap, Disney? Like, what were you thinking of killing off two of your own characters? Like, seriously. I guess they wanted to sneak in somehow, like, original works for the story of Hunchback just by killing off two characters from Disney instead. Really, really weird. But other than that, it was a fun video. Really fun to just, get back into a Nostalgia Critic reaction besides all the stuff that's been happening with his channel. But again, it's really fun to watch. So, honestly, cannot wait to see what to do next. Again, if you guys have any suggestions for Nostalgia Critic videos you want me to react to, let me know in the comment section down below. With that being said, thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell to never miss a new video. I don't know why I messed that up. But anyway, with that being said, I will see all you awesome guys and gals later. Bye-bye!